Rise, Meg.
The Force will be with you.
Hello my dear friends and welcome back to another video. In today's update we're going to be talking about a really exciting new rumour for The Mandalorian Season 3, the role of Bill Burr's character Migs Mayfeld and more. So my Megalorians, before I dive into the news, please may I ask you to hit like down below, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new and a huge welcome if you are, and please be sure to give that notification bell a good old tickle to be alerted every single time I post new content. So without any more jibber jabber, let's dive into it. We begin with The Mandalorian Season 3 rumour. So apparently the upcoming season will reportedly have a more linear story. So what they mean by this is, unlike in Season 2 where Mando had many different side quests, Season 3 is going to be far more focused with one specific storyline. So let's take a look at what this article says. The decision to have the title hero distracted by numerous side quests gives the writing team at Lucasfilm and fans the opportunity to visit new corners of the sprawling Star Wars universe. On the downside though, it often feels as if the show can be dragging its heels or repeating the same formula over and over again, especially when we go 2 weeks or more without Mando getting any further towards his goal. However, sources who confirmed that Ahsoka would appear in Chapter 13 are now stating that since there are going to be multiple spin-offs of Mando, Jon Favreau is keen to tell a more linear story in The Mandalorian moving forward, and it won't just be a problem of the week type show. Season 2 has already laid the foundations for a trio of spin-offs, so in theory, Mando can go on a more personal journey than simply heading from point A to B and getting distracted countless times along the way. Of course, a lot of fans love that The Mandalorian is largely driven by spectacle rather than storytelling, but the longer the show goes on, the more it'll need to stop relying on side quest missions as we saw so far. So I think this article is being way too harsh on Season 2 because it was an absolutely phenomenal one for all Star Wars fans. Having said that, if this rumour is true, it can be really exciting to have a more focused season, which relies on depth of a linear story rather than breadth and going on different side quests. So as I've stated multiple times, I believe Season 3 is going to focus on the struggles of Mandalore, specifically in regards to the fact that Mando has the Darksaber and his conflict with Bo-Katan Kryze. So as always guys, I turn it over to you. What do you think of this rumour? Do you want to see one linear story which has much more focus, or do you prefer the style that we saw in Season 2, which is about side quests and Mando travelling throughout the galaxy? So now my friends, we're going to be talking about Bill Burr's character Migs Mayfeld. So following the fact that Gina Carano was fired, there's been lots of talk about recasting or killing off her character. I spoke about this in depth in yesterday's video, and my own personal belief is that they should not recast her and just let the character die. Screen Rant have offered up a different solution where they think that Bill Burr's character Migs Mayfeld should play a more central role in Season 3 and act as Djarin's focal ally. I'm certainly not opposed to this because I absolutely love Bill Burr's character and I would love to see more of him in Season 3. So let's take a look at this article. Gina Carano's exit from The Mandalorian poses an interesting question about how Disney can replace Cara Dune, but they already have the perfect answer: Bill Burr's Mayfeld. The former Imperial sharpshooter left Season 2 before the climactic ending, which saw Grogu go off Luke Skywalker. Far more intriguing is the idea of him continuing his journey to redemption alongside Pedro Pascal's Din. As we all know, Carano's association with Star Wars ended in the wake of controversial tweets, despite the original plan to give her her own series. While Star Wars will survive the setback and The Mandalorian can do without Dune as a character, it would still be preferable to preserve some of that continuity. Dune may have that bulky kind of character type which is suited to heavy artillery battle, but there was substance to her story after she found her place as a marshal of the New Republic. That arc is exactly what Mayfeld's return could replace. Whether Star Wars choose to recast Cara Dune or not hasn't yet been confirmed, but it seems highly unlikely, even with fan calls to bring in Lucy Lawless. Dune may not have been the most central character, but The Mandalorian was often at its best when Djarin was forced to abandon his usual isolation to adapt a new group dynamic. Taking away an established relationship is unfortunate, and having Burr step back into the fold as Mayfeld suits several objectives. His arc is interesting, Burr's chemistry with Pascal is great, and his performance in general was very impressive. To be honest, I really like this idea. Making Bill Burr's character more central could be exactly what The Mandalorian Season 3 needs. And I'm also going to go out on a limb and say that his role in Chapter 15 was one of the best moments in Disney Star Wars so far. But what do you guys think of this? Would you like to see more of Mayfeld in Season 3? And should he step up and fill the hole that Gina leaves behind? So now, my dear friends, our final article is going to be about Gina Carano, and specifically the fact that Disney had planned on firing her all the way back in November of 2020. Now, the reason they didn't fire her sooner is because of the hype for The Mandalorian Season 2. They must have figured that they didn't want any backlash while the season was going on. But let's see what this article says about the issue. Gina Carano's firing was on the cards since November, according to recent reports. Disney executives were apparently concerned after Gina voiced her political views on Twitter. According to WDW Pro, Carano's Instagram posts were used as a smokescreen to hide other underlying issues. They stated that Carano's firing was inevitable. Lucasfilm was apparently waiting for the actress to make another misstep. This would give the company a reason for laying her off. Since Carano made no such misstep until recently, the producers cited the Instagram posts as the main reason behind the firing. What fans fail to realise is that Carano being fired could also mean the end of Rangers of the New Republic, although Disney has not made an official statement on the show just yet. There's one aspect to this story that does not add up though. If Carano's firing was on the cards since November, it would be strange for Disney to announce a standalone show for Carano. It would also strongly upset the investors who funded Disney for that project. Disney has also apparently damaged its relationship with Carl Weathers, who obviously plays Greef Karga, and this is according to new reports. Weathers was set to star in this series as well. The latest rumours suggest that Rangers will be scrapped. What is apparent though is that Disney is panicking. They have faced insurmountable backlash on the internet since the incident. Some fans are threatening to cancel their subscriptions, while a ton of people have already done so. Many fans believe the firing is hypocritical of Disney based on previous human rights violations. I suppose what really stands out in this article is Carl Weathers and how he has responded. Because from what we see in this article, as well as others that I've read on the internet, while we already don't have Cara Dune for next season, we might not even have Greef Karga, because obviously Carl Weathers has supported Gina Carano multiple times in this whole ordeal. But like I say, it seems like they had this plan for a long time and they were just waiting for one more quote-unquote misstep to fire her. But let's see what happens, guys. This is a very strange time to be a Mandalorian fan for sure. So that is all of the news I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and please also consider heading over to my Patreon page. And there you can support the channel and also get exclusive access to content that's not found here on YouTube. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you all a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.